cream cheese pound cake. All right, let's start off with our eggs. Let's go. Whenever you're using fresh eggs, you always want to crack them into a cup just to be sure, because your chances of coming across a bad one just increases just a little bit. But I promise you the end result is so much better when you're using fresh eggs. So I'm just going to crack each one. Mix with a paddle attachment or by hand 3 sticks of room temperature unsalted butter and 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese. Now that we've mixed the room temperature butter and cream cheese together, now we're going to add our 3 cups of granulated sugar slowly. So just add 1 cup at a time. The dough will become thicker and thicker with each cup of sugar you add. All right, so now for the last cup of sugar, and just make sure you just mix that well until it's well incorporated. It may take a little bit longer by hand, but it's worth it. Okay, now you should have kind of like a thick consistency, and we're gonna add 1 egg at a time. Remember, these are room temperature. Mix until the yellow goes away. Okay, congratulations, your cake is almost there. So we're gonna set our wet ingredients aside, and with a clean bowl, we're gonna place a sifter inside of that bowl and sift 3 cups of all-purpose flour along with 1/8 teaspoon of salt, or just a pinch of salt. So with just a regular measuring cup, just pour 1 cup, 2 cups, and finally my 3rd cup. Add my pinch of salt, pour it out and do it again. All right, now for the final part, we're gonna take the flour and dump it into thirds into our wet mixture until it all comes together and is creamy and without clumps. So just add a little at a time. Our last batch, and just let it go for a little bit, or let one of your kids stir it up until it all comes together and looks like cake batter. For a good pound cake, you want to add 1 teaspoon of lemon extract, 1 teaspoon of vanilla heads vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of almond extract, and 1 teaspoon of coconut extract, and 1 teaspoon of butter if you got it too. Okay, you finally made it, but I think I forgot to tell y'all, turn your oven on at 300 before you start mixing your ingredients. All right, so now we're just gonna take a cake pan, we're gonna base it with some butter, and we're gonna dump in some flour and dust off the excess. That's just gonna keep and prevent the cake from sticking to the side of the pan when you take it out. And we're gonna pop this in the oven at 300 for about 1 hour and 15 minutes. If you see that it's still kind of loose on top, just crank it up to about 325 and watch it. Don't walk away from it, just keep your eyeballs on it. Ay, Dios mío, there you go, a cream cheese pound cake, fresh out the oven. You wanna immediately just take a little knife, go around the edges to make sure that it comes away from the pan easily, and let it sit there and cool for a while before you try to take it off the cone. If not, your cake will probably fall apart into your hands, and you'll just be eating cake out of your hands. For a good icing, I just take about half a cup of powdered sugar, maybe a tablespoon or 2 of milk, and a little bit of cream cheese, maybe like a tablespoon of cream cheese. Make sure it's room temperature, mix it all up with some powdered sugar, and just pour it all on top, and there you have it. So for all y'all ladies that have been saying you don't know how to bake, I think this is one of the easiest recipes. I think the most expensive thing in this recipe is the cake pan, and you probably should all have your grandma's or your mama's. So pull out your baking pan, make this pound cake, shoot me a message, let me know. It will be on my page on Mash Up with Maylee on YouTube. It will also be posted to my Vanilla Head page. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you like it. Go ahead and like and share this page, and I'll check you out later on the next episode of Mash Up with Maylee. Holla!